Hey there you guys, welcome back. Today is kind of a bittersweet day. The temperatures are getting quite low at night, and I could let this get hit by frost, but since I want to bring it inside and let it grow over winter, I don't really want to start from fresh. If I let it get hit by frost, the leaves would go all black and yucky and I'd have to cut them all off. I'm going to cut them all off anyway, but at least the plant doesn't deal with that stress. So anyway, this weekend, it's supposed to go down, I don't know, close to freezing, not freezing, but still stressed out, and I don't want to be out here in 50-degree weather digging. So I'm going to take the opportunity this morning and start the process. You've already seen the banana and the plumerias. Now it's this guy's turn. Let's do a measuring of the leaves to see how big these leaves got this year. I've got a brand new leaf here. I don't know whether you can see it behind me. It's just unfurling now, so it'll get bigger than this one. That's how they do it. The newer leaves tend to get bigger than the one before. Probably to a point. I'm not sure when or how big they actually get, but in the 4 months that this is growing, or 5 months, it gets pretty gigantic. So let's see how big this is. We're about 46 inches, so almost 4 feet long by exactly 3 feet wide. So I think 2 years ago it got to be about 5 feet long by 4 feet wide. So these leaves are a little bit smaller than I've had in the past, and it's I'm gonna say that we're between 6.5 feet tall and 7 feet tall for the plant. And this new leaf, it's gonna be a shame because I'm gonna be digging it. I'm gonna chop it off. This new leaf here is already just over 3 feet long. It's about 3 feet 3 inches long, and it still expands as, like I said, as it unfurls. So anyway, let me chop off some leaves here so we can see inside. This is such a sad time, but to be quite honest with you, I really love chopping the leaves off. It's like chopping butter. They're so big you expect it to be tough, but they're not. Okay. Look at, you can't really see it, but like I said, I'm 6'6", and it's at the ground now, and it comes up past my waist. Amazing. So I'm gonna chop off all the leaves. This one I'm gonna leave a bit of a stem, because in this one, this is the newest leaf. Are you able to see that? Yeah. In this stem here is where the new leaf is going to be produced. If I chop this all the way down to the ground, I'm going to have a leaf that's cut, a new leaf that's cut. We don't want that. I'm going to chop this one all the way back. All of these flowers. Look at all the blooms that were produced. The Thailand giant is a really, really prolific bloomer. They remind me of peace lilies. They've got the nice white flowers, really beautiful. One more leaf here. Oh goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you in a little bit closer, and we'll look at the flowers here. Actually, let's just chop them off. These flowers have been here all season. I have no idea if any of these flowers are good. Let's actually open this one up. All of the other flowers are no good. See if there's any seeds in here. Yeah, it's just goo. Absolutely no viable seeds. That's really too bad. I left these on all season to hopefully get some good seed pods, but there's nothing valuable in there. I'm just gonna throw them out. So anyway, let me go grab a shovel and we'll dig this up. We're gonna put it in this pot this year. Last year I had it in a big bucket. This year it's gonna go in a slightly smaller pot. I found that it was not necessary to have it in such a large bucket last year. The roots didn't completely fill the pot. So anyway, I'll pause for a second. we'll get the shovels and we'll dig this thing up. Okay, so I'm going to use my trusty shovel and we're going to dig this out. I'm not going to worry about breaking any roots as long as the central point, the trunk, the corm, whatever you want to call it, is intact. Everything should be fine. So I'm not going to worry about getting a huge root ball. I'm just going to worry about digging it out of the ground. As you can see, I don't know whether you can see, but there is some white sap that's coming out of the plant. Try not to touch that. In some instances, it can be irritating to your skin. Again, I don't react to this sort of stuff for some reason, but I hear that a lot of people get rashes or itchiness when you touch it. So if you're one of those people that has sensitive skin, just be careful. It could be an irritant for you. So I'm going to get in here. I've got all kinds of hostas and whatnot. Let me see what's growing in here. There's a couple of little babies growing along in here too. Try not to damage them too badly. Again, I'm not worrying about getting too far away. I'm just worrying about getting the trunk. I'm cutting all kinds of roots. I'm not sure if I'm cutting the roots of the giant or the hostas. It doesn't really matter. All right, so we're almost there. There we go. Knock off a little bit of soil. Got a clematis that's growing in around here. Let's untangle this. It's so much work. There we go. So there we got a nice root ball. So I'll bring it a little closer. We'll pot this up. Okay, so in the bottom of the pot, we're using a little bit of mushroom compost, just because I have it. I put some paper towels in the bottom, you know my method. A little bit of mushroom compost in the bottom of the pot. We've got the lovely plant right here, the root balls in there. Let me just show you. I put about 3 or 4 inches of soil in the bottom of the pot. And oh goodness, there we go. Now I'm just going to fill this in with some soil. I'm not going to go past the level that it was in the garden. Let's. Thank goodness I got this shovel. This soil scoop is fantastic. It's produced by Ello. They've got some fantastic products. I'm not sponsored by them, but I definitely like what they have. Alright. A couple more scoops of soil and we should be good. There's some babies in here too. I'll bring you a little bit closer after we're finished putting the soil in. And you can have a look at what it looks like at the close up. All right. So now I'm going to get some water in there. Okay, and for, I guess I should do a side note. When you're bringing these things in for the winter time, outside they require a lot of moisture. If you're bringing them inside into your house over the winter and it doesn't have a lot of light, again, they like a lot of moisture when they're outside in the summertime, but when the light levels are lower, they require less moisture. And also when the plant is kind of semi-dormant, if the temperatures are below, say, 72 degrees Fahrenheit, they will require a lot less moisture. If you water them the same as you did outside, you will rot your plant. So try to keep on the drier side. Let the soil dry almost completely before you water them again. That way you won't have any rot happening over the winter time. So I'll bring it a little bit closer, we'll check this out, and then at the end, after I finish bringing in all my plants, I will show you the grow space. You've heard this before, it will happen, there's a bunch of things that still need to come in, so I will keep you posted. Stay tuned for more updates. Happy growing. Something so massive is now something so small. Look at the cute little baby that's popping up here. It's got a nice leaf. There's another baby that I sort of covered in the soil. There should be no problem. Looks like there's its new leaf coming out right here by my fingertip. So I got two babies. All that dirt under my nails. And looks like that's it for the babies. Thailand giants are very interesting. When they flower, they actually produce another side shoot, and then this area here doesn't do anything but flower. Really interesting. This is where the flower was coming out with the last one that we cut off, the newest ones, and these were from the oldest ones. At least that's what I assume. Hard to tell. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more updates. You're going to take the leaf and you're going to cut off the leaf blade but leave the petiole of the leaf. So leave the leaf stem. So you just take the leaf off.